So what page are we studying? The page, yeah, the text about the history of sandwiches. Let's read together. History of the sandwich. Sandwich. History of the sandwich. First century BC. I read this text. First of all, I would like to check what you have written. You went absent again. What happened? Mhm. Right, right, right. With mommy, without mommy. Uh, does your mama now speak very good English?
Good
Living in another
afternoon, sir.
country gives you a great opportunity to learn a language, the language of that country, or maybe at least practice your English. It is, I find it surprising that some people live or some people have lived for years in another country and still do not feel very comfortable with English. They just kind of wasted the opportunity in a way. Read the text again. Uh, Work with a partner to complete the lines with information from the text. It's okay. It's fine. Hillel the elder made his sandwich with nuts, apples, and spices and some wine. And some wine. Trenches were the first open sandwiches. Very good. The Earl of Sandwich sometimes liked to eat and gamble at the same time. Very good. The Beef Steak Club chefs put some beef between two slices of bread. Super. Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches was very popular in America. Notice this sentence, everybody. Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches was very popular, not were very popular. Not were, was. What was very popular? Ask yourself, what was very popular? Ham sandwiches or the recipe? The recipe is singular, so was is absolutely fine. Was is absolutely correct. She couldn't manage it. Okay. Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches. Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches was very popular. Everybody pay attention because this is what bothers you guys a lot. You don't understand how English works. You see, Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches, basically it is the recipe. Now we have extra words about the recipe. Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches, but the main subject, the core subject is recipe. So when a subject is combined with a lot of other words, you should understand what is our main core subject. In the whole phrase, Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches, the core idea is recipe. We are adding extra information for recipe. Whose recipe? Eliza Leslie's recipe. Recipe for what? Recipe for ham sandwiches. But the main thing, the core idea here is recipe. So if you are smart, you'll be able to understand the core idea. Eliza Leslie's recipe for ham sandwiches was very popular in America. 6. Sandwiches became popular worldwide because, okay, what have you written after because? You have written it is. Okay, what have you written, beta? Rani? Because, after because, what have you written, sweetie? Okay, what have you written? Because, after because? Sandwiches became very popular because, okay, complete the sentence. Take you had this homework. So what should be the complete sentence? They were easy to make because sandwiches is plural. Sandwiches became popular worldwide. Sandwiches became popular worldwide because they were easy to make. Because they were easy to make. Please come in, children. Come in. They were easy to make. Mapara. Okay. Mm, just okay, I can still see you. All right. Sandwiches became very popular worldwide. Worldwide means you understand. Sandwiches became popular worldwide. The part of a speech of the word worldwide. Let's understand. हर बार प्रोसेस करना है, सेंटेंस को समझना है। हिंदी तो समझ में आ गई, पूरी दुनिया में पॉपुलर हो गया, लेकिन उससे हमें इंग्लिश सेंटेंस दोबारा बोलने में हेल्प नहीं मिलेगी। हिंदी समझ जाने से कोई गारंटी नहीं होती कि हम दोबारा ये इंग्लिश सेंटेंस फॉर्म कर सकेंगे। रानी, क्लोज द डोर, क्लोज द डोर। Sandwiches became popular worldwide. If you look at the sentence, try and understand the function of the words. Okay. Thank you. Sandwiches, subject, became popular. Okay. Became is a link verb. Do you understand what a link verb is? When I say I ate sandwiches, then ate is not the link verb. It is an action verb which affects sandwiches. I ate sandwiches. I taught, passive voice. These are different sentences. Here, the verb is an action verb. But when I say, I am sad, then this verb am is not an action verb. I'm not performing an action. Similarly, I became happy. All right? Again, became is not an action verb. I didn't do anything. I did not perform a task. I became happy shows the change of my state. Shows the change of my, I was not happy, I became happy. I became rich. I did not perform a task here. My situation changed. I became rich. I was not rich. Now I was. So I became rich. So some verbs are not normal dynamic action verbs. They are verbs. But you have to understand their categories now, as you have been spending time, quite a bit of time here. Let's understand all verbs are not the same. Some verbs talk about actions that you perform with your body. Eat, teach, run, write, clean, sit, stand, sleep. You perform these tasks. But then there are some verbs in English which have 5 forms, of course, like every verb has 5 forms, but these verbs are not dynamic verbs. So, you look sad. Now, it's not that you are doing something with your eyes. You're not doing anything with your eyes. When you look at this, watch, then you are doing something with your eyes. Look at me. You are doing something with your eyes. It's an action, real action, dynamic action. Okay? Why are you looking at me? Again, you are doing some action. Look. Okay? But when I say you look handsome, you look sad, you look tired, this time, look is definitely not what you think it is. Why don't you remove it? Thank you. Okay. I think, okay, tell me, why do you wear this? Okay. Young people have other reasons for doing things. I know. Okay. By the way, how many people believe that when you cover your face and only show your eyes, you look more attractive? Do you agree? I think it is true. It is true. Because all you show is your eyes. Look at the sentence. All you show is your eyes. Now, this is very interesting. Maybe I'm having a joke, having a fun conversation, but the English that I'm using here is so useful. All you show is your eyes. बस आप अपनी आंखें दिखा रहे होते हैं, right? You show your eyes only. All you show is your eyes. Okay. All right. All you show, the only thing, all here means, all here in this sentence, all means the only thing. All you show is your eyes. Means you don't show anything else. Except your eyes, you say, show nothing. All I have is you. All I have is you. मेरे पास सिर्फ तुम हो. ये लोग को समझ आता है ये लाइन कहाँ बोल रहा है, फटाक से खुश जाते हैं. इन लोगों को मुझे एक्स्ट्रा पैसे पे करने चाहिए. सर, यू आर टीचिंग मी इंग्लिश एंड यू आर टीचिंग मी लाइंस व्हिच आई कैन यूज. ऑल आई हैव इज you. She will say, all I have is you, and then Rakesh, and then Suresh, and then Brajesh, and then Rahul, and then Vicky. Okay, fine. All I have. All you need. All you need is love. All means here, in these sentences, all means the only thing. What are you saying? You are not here, are you? If you were here, you would not say sub. All you need. Sirf. Okay. I heard sub. I thought, where are you? You're not here if you're saying all means sub. All means sirf, right? The only thing. All can mean the only thing. All I said was, I'm tired. I didn't say anything else. All I said. Okay, coming back to this. Sandwiches became popular. So became is your link verb. Sandwiches became popular. Popular. And the next word is the answer to the question where. Somebody becomes popular in some area, in some place. So Shah Rukh Khan became popular in villages. Okay, I'm just making a sentence. Okay, he became popular in Bihar. Okay, so this is a place. Place, adverb of place, where. So worldwide isn't an adverb of place if you think a little logically. It is the answer to the question where. So when you need that word where, you can use worldwide. All right. Sandwiches became popular worldwide. So sandwiches became popular worldwide. Not only in America, not only in Europe. Sandwiches became popular everywhere. Everywhere is another word which belongs to the same category. Adverb of place. So when your subject verb is clear, then start looking at adverbs from this perspective. Adverb of place, adverb of time. Things will become easier. Okay, this is called process. कोई स्टूडेंट इस तरह से स्पोकन इंग्लिश क्लास में तो बिल्कुल नहीं सीख रहे हैं, मैं बता सकता हूँ. जिस क्लासेस को स्पोकन इंग्लिश कहा जाता है वहां इन सब चीज को बताने वाले टीचर्स नहीं होते हैं, उनकी क्षमताओं से बाहर होती है. और जो ये सब बता सकते हैं उनके पास लैंग्वेज नहीं होती, तो वो स्पोकन नहीं पढ़ा के क्या पढ़ा रहे होते हैं. ये दोनों चीज का कॉम्बिनेशन आपको मिलता है कहाँ? Here. I'm using English as a language to communicate with you, and I'm also giving you explanation for the reasoning why this word is here. What job is it doing here? So sandwiches became popular worldwide. Now these four words make better sense to you after the explanation. Sandwiches became popular worldwide, everywhere, in the whole world, throughout the world, worldwide. Worldwide means throughout the world, everywhere. Okay? Because they were easy to make and they were cheap. They were cheap and they were easy to make. Okay. Dagwood Bumstead is an American cartoon character. And last, the Dagwood sandwich is made with a great many layers of meat, cheese, and vegetables. A great many layers. A great many layers. Do you see the expression? A great many layers? A great many layers. Everybody learn this phrase. A great many stars or a star. Look at the expression, a great many layers. Now, next phrase, a great many stars or a great many star. Are or is. A great many stars are. Okay. It's a plural expression. Next. Let's read. Let's read the text as I was reading. I had finished up to, I will restart anyway, no problems. A famous rabbi, Hillel the Elder, made the first recorded sandwich. He mixed, I am saying mixed, not mixed. I teach a lot of things, but my students don't remember. Why mixed? Because I've taught you, if there is a verb which ends with sa, cha, fa, ka, pa, after that, if there is ed, then the ed is pronounced as t, t. To mix ends with sound. Mixed. उसने मेरी कार ठीक कर दी. He fixed my car. He fixed my car. He fixed my car. So, कौन सी आवाजों के बाद ed ट हो जाता है? शुरू से शुरू करते हैं. क, च, क, च. आगे बोलो. प, फ, प, प, f, both. Okay, and s. Yes, it's enough. K, ch, p, f, s, f. But I don't know if there is a word you can think of with her, so forget about it. Okay. Basically, these are very common. K, attacked, liked, picked, worked. K, ch, searched. Okay. Another ch. वो तो होता ही नहीं है. Reached. Catched होता ही नहीं ना, caught होता है ना. Okay, that's not possible. Reached. T. And other than ch, after k, ch, k first less sound, ch first sound, then come to p. P. For example, give me pop. B2. Popped. Okay. Rip. Harna. Ripped. F as well. For laugh. Laughed. And sir. Sir and sh both. Finished. Kissed. Fixed. Mixed. Okay. So simple and easy. I've taught you before. He mixed some nuts, apples, and spices with some wine and put it between two muddles, pieces of flatbread. Muddles are names of another name for pieces of flatbread. Back then in the 1st century, they were called muddles. Okay. Now, next. 6th to the 16th century, people used bread as plates. People used bread as plate. ब्रेड को प्लेट के तौर पे, राइट. हम लोग अपने लिविंग रूम को बेडरूम के तौर पे यूज करते हैं. वी यूज आवर लिविंग रूम एज आवर बेडरूम. ओके, प्लूरल बोल देते हैं. पीपल यूज लिविंग रूम एज बेडरूम. एज का फीलिंग आ रहा है. People used bread as plates. They used bread as plates. And they put meat and vegetables onto some bread and ate with their fingers. These were the first open sandwiches. Okay. There were also sandwiches, but they were open sandwiches. And even today, we have some open sandwiches in Italy. In Italy, people eat open sandwiches. In the next audio file, you will hear about it. And they call them trenchers. In the past, those open sandwiches from the 6th to the 16th century, which word was common for sandwiches? Trenchers, trenchers. Trenchers were open sandwiches. Open means there were not two layers. One layer and then the vegetables or meat and not the upper layer. So it was open sandwiches, as the term says, open. Maybe you can call it that way. I'm not saying anything like we have to define pizza with a different name. I'm just saying that back then, this is the history of the sandwich. This is how sandwich today that we know has come up. Then what happened in the 18th century? The name sandwich first appeared. The name sandwich first appeared in the 18th century. An Englishman, John Montague, who was born in 1718 and died in 1792. He was the fourth Earl of Sandwich. Earl is a title like Subedar, like Peshwa, like so many different titles we had in India. Okay. Similarly, he was the fourth Earl of Sandwich. The fourth Earl of Sandwich, and Sandwich has a asterisk mark to it. And it's written, Sandwich is a town in the south of England. So he was the fourth Earl of Sandwich, the town. He liked to eat and gamble at London's Beef Steak Club. He liked to eat and gamble. Gamble matlab juabaji karna, jua khelna, right? Gamble, okay? I love gambling. I love gambling, yeah. People who gamble are gamblers. People who teach are teachers. So gamblers are those who gamble. There were movies like The Great Gambler and Gambler. I've seen both because I am one. I have a very, very bad, tendency to gamble. So I control it. I have this tendency of gambling. Now I don't, because I know it is out of my control. If I do it once, I'll do it again and again. So I never go on any of those places where people gamble. Like there are apps nowadays where you can do these things. I stay away from them completely, not even once. Na baba, फंस जाएंगे. I can't stop myself. अपनी कमजोरियों को जानिए उनसे बचिए दूर रहिए. आप चेंज तो नहीं कर सकते. I mean, some people have a tendency to gamble more than other people. Ask yourself, do you know yourself? Do you have this gambling tendency? You too. I often did this with my friends. लगा ले बाजी, हर बात पे 10 रुपया, लगा ले बाजी. I don't know why I had this personality since childhood. And then when I was a teenager, I used to gamble. I used to buy tickets, lottery tickets. Yeah. And I used my mind to it as well. I have this, but then I realized that it is not a healthy thing to do. So control myself. This is why I think I like playing 8-ball pool. One reason why I like playing 8-ball pool on mobile is gambling as well. My coins keep getting doubled, Sometimes he stayed 24 hours at the gaming table. At the table, not on the table. I've explained before. On the table has a different meaning. He would be on the top of the table, right? Sometimes he stayed 24 hours at the gaming table. He was hungry, but he didn't want to stop gambling. भूख तो लगता था उसको, लेकिन उसका मन नहीं करता था रोकने का. He was hungry, but he didn't want to stop gambling. So the chefs from the club, the chefs from the club, हमेशा आदत डालिए ज्यादा वर्ड्स बोलने की. शेफ खाली मत बोल के बच जाए. शेफ से खाली पता चलता है कोई भी शेफ दुनिया का, लेकिन यहाँ किसी भी शेफ की बात नहीं हो रही है. The chefs from the club, the chefs from the club put some beef between two pieces of bread, and he ate while he gambled. This new meal became very fashionable. This new meal became very fashionable with other men in the club. This new meal became very fashionable with other men in the club. Other men also like to eat this meal. It became very fashionable with other men in the club. And they called it the sandwich after the Earl. This new meal became very fashionable. If something becomes fashionable, you understand what it means, right? Something becomes fashionable. It means it becomes popular. People start liking it. Okay. So this new meal became very fashionable. With fashionable, what part of a speech it sounds like to you? Fashionable. There are 8 parts of a speech: a noun, a verb, an adjective, a preposition, an adverb. What do you think it is? Fashionable. नहीं महसूस कर पा रहे, मैं अभी और मदद करता हूँ आपको। नाउन मतलब कोई चीज ही होएगा, ठीक है? वो चीज है तो नाउन है। और वो चीज कैसा है बताने के लिए क्या बोलेंगे? उस चीज के बारे में कुछ भी, खाली कैसा नहीं, कितना है ये भी। जैसे मान लो तीन तीन चेयर, तो तीन भी तो चेयर्स के बारे में कुछ तो बता रहा है, तो वो तीन भी एडजेक्टिव ही है। तीन भी क्या है? हाँ, क्योंकि वो तीन चेयर को ही ना बता रहे थे। नाउन के बारे में कुछ भी कोई वर्ड बताए, उस वर्ड के बारे में कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन दे, तो वो क्या है? एडजेक्टिव है। तो कोई कह देगा राम इज लाफिंग, तो इज लाफिंग राम के बारे में एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहा है? जी नहीं, ये राम के बारे में एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं दे रहा है, ये बता रहा है राम क्या कर रहा है। राम के बारे में एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन मतलब राम के बारे में, राम पर्सनैलिटी के तौर पे जैसे बोल सकते हैं द innocent Ram, okay, an innocent Ram मतलब वो राम innocent है, like this, तो उसके बारे में बता रहे हैं, ठीक है? तो द ग्रीडी राम मतलब वो जो ग्रीडी था, उस सेंटेंस, इस सेंटेंस में बता रहे हैं कि राम ग्रीडी था, तो बता रहे हैं उसके बारे में कुछ एक्स्ट्रा दे रहे हैं। आई ज्वाइंड ए बिग क्लास, ज्वाइंड ए क्लास, बट वो क्लास कैसा था? बिग था। तो इस तरह से एडजेक्टिव्स होते हैं। तो द न्यू मील बिकेम फैशनेबल। तो ये मैं बताऊं, अगर आई बिकेम रिच बोलूं मैं आपसे, आई बिकेम रिच, तो रिच क्या है? आई को आई कैसा बन गया ये बताया ना। तो ये न्यू मील क्या बन गया? फैशनेबल बन गया। तो न्यू मील कैसे, फैशनेबल क्या है खुद में अपने आप में? एक एडजेक्टिव ये बताता है आपको न्यू मील के बारे में कुछ। दिस न्यू मील बिकेम फैशनेबल। चलिए एक वर्ड देता हूं, प्रेग्नेंट। ये क्या है? नाउन, वर्ब, एडजेक्टिव, एडवर्ब। आसानी से महसूस कर सकते हैं एडजेक्टिव है, क्योंकि ये प्रेग्नेंट बताता है कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन। देयर इज अ वुमन, द वुमन इज प्रेग्नेंट, ए प्रेग्नेंट वुमन, राइट? तो इजी, प्रेग्नेंट इज एन एडजेक्टिव। So adjectives are the easiest things to learn, actually, in my mind. I think people can understand and understand the idea of adjectives so easily. This new meal became very fashionable with other men in the club, and they called it the sandwich after the Earl. Now, this is a good expression, after the Earl. हिंदी बहुत लोग कहेंगे अर्ल के बाद, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है। अर्ल के नाम पर, तुम अभी भी वही बात पे रुकी हुई थी। आफ्टर द अर्ल मतलब अर्ल के नाम पे। वो कौन कौन था अर्ल? कहाँ का अर्ल था? अर्ल ऑफ सैंडविच था ना। एंड दैट्स व्हाई द डिश, दिस न्यू मील गॉट अ नेम, दे कॉल्ड इट द सैंडविच। They call it the sandwich after the earl. Bring me the sandwich. वहां के लोग बोलते होंगे जब क्लब में खा खेल रहे होते होंगे, because he was the earl of sandwich, he first ate it, it was made for him, so everybody started, bring me the sandwich. So it was, sandwich after the earl. After the earl मतलब अर्ल के नाम पे। अर्ल के नाम पे बोलने का मतलब वो कहाँ का अर्ल था? सैंडविच शहर का, तो उसका नाम रखा गया सैंडविच। Bring me the sandwich, please. And they called it the sandwich after the earl. I hope now you understand how the word appeared. The story is very interesting. How sandwich got its name. If that person had been the Earl of some other town, let's say Rosemary town, तो आज हम लोग उसको क्या होते हैं रोजमेरी खाओगे all right, the 19th century, an American writer, comma, Eliza Leslie, an American writer, Eliza Leslie, introduced sandwiches to America. Who introduced sandwiches to America? Eliza Leslie. And Eliza Leslie was an American writer. An American writer, comma, Eliza Leslie, comma, introduced sandwiches to America. Who introduced you to STC class? Who introduced you to STC class? Right. Somebody introduced you to this class, right? And my friends introduced me to the world of alcohol. मतलब समझाया? My friends introduced me to the world of alcohol. मतलब मैंने शराब कैसे पीना शुरू किया? किसकी वजह से? दोस्तों की वजह से. Mostly it is your friends who introduce you to bad things. Or maybe that friend is you who has introduced your friends to bad things. But it is always with friends. Alone, very few people do bad things. They don't have the courage. When I was alone, mostly, I was a very gentle guy. I would not do many bad things. But when I was with my friends, I would do so many silly things. And still, my friends would say that I was the bad influence. I said, what the hell? Have you seen me when I'm alone? You guys are bad influence on me. Okay. Friends always blame each other. तो वैसे हम बिगड़े. Right? Who knows? Because of whom. But in my family, we don't have this attitude. My father never blamed my friends for any stupid thing I did or silly thing I did. But some friends had parents who always thought that their children were innocent and their friends were all corrupt and bad, and they put all the blame of their children's bad things on their friends, on their children's friends. I didn't like this attitude. I don't like being friends with those people whose parents have this attitude. When I was a young child, I didn't like visiting those, friends' house whose parents were like that. Only those friends I visited whose parents thought of me as a good boy and they liked me and they respected me in their behavior, in their conversation. Only those. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I always had self-esteem. Some parents were like this. You go to somebody's house, is he at home? And they say, "Jao na, nahi hai." Attitude like this, Never went to them again. Only if they call me in, ha, andar aa baithe, aa rahe hain. Then only I visited them again the second time. Otherwise, no. My self-esteem was important. You also have such friends. When you visit them, their parents are particularly respectful. They like you more. And then there are those friends, if you visit them, their parents think you are really bad. No one. Okay, you maintain your image well. Okay, good for you. Rudra, do you have friends whom you visit and their parents think you are a bad guy and you should not be friends with their children? So you have also maintained your image well. Okay. I think somewhere it is our friends who are responsible for this because they put the blame on us when they get caught for something silly. They say, my friends taught me or my friends told me to do this. And parents are silly, they believe it. So, घर का अपना ही दोष होता है. Our own friend is not nice. Okay. Anyways, introduce somebody to someone. So when you get married, you will introduce me to your partner, right? They'll say, if I'm speaking English today, it is because of this man, right? Meet my teacher. You will introduce me to him or her. and maybe you will introduce him or her to me. बात समझना थोड़ा सा हल्का सा, ठीक है? मैंने वो जो लाइन बोला था याद रखना. My friend introduced me to the world of evil things, bad things, alcohol. Okay. इंट्रोड्यूस मतलब उस चीज के बारे में आपको नहीं पता था, फिर आपको पता चल गया उसकी वजह से, राइट? इंट्रोड्यूस समबॉडी टू समथिंग. तो थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस करना बनता है, तो नहीं तो ये भूल जाओगे क्या किधर कैसे चल रहा है. वर्ड ऑर्डर मैटर. क्या था मेरा लाइन? माई फ्रेंड्स. बोलो सर योर फ्रेंड. ऐसे करके बोलो. To the world of alcohol. It is not true though. I'm a teetotaler. Teetotaler means away from all addictions. Okay, I don't have any such habits. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any drugs, nothing. Which is the reason, ganja, nah, nothing. I don't have any addiction. I have interest, not addiction. An interest in not smoking and cigarette and alcohol. No, I find these things totally unnecessary. Lucky that I didn't. When my papa was in his 30s, late 30s, he had a good body. But in the early 40s, he started losing his body suddenly, and well, he didn't live a long life actually. He died in 2006. So I think he wasn't even in his 60s. He died in his 50s, okay? And yeah, his health wasn't very good because he smoked and he drank. So I don't do these things. So I feel confident that yes, maybe I will not remain that strong man that I was in my 20s, but I will not develop any sudden problems in my body, I think. It was something I hated. That's why. I loathed it. Loathe. Loathed. Loathe. मतलब मुझे नफरत थी बहुत ज्यादा. हेटेड, हेट से भी ज्यादा होता है स्ट्रॉन्ग वर्ड. वर्ड स्ट्रॉन्ग और वीक होते हैं दोस्तों. जैसे जैसे वर्ड सीखेंगे ना, तो ये भी सीखना कि कौन सा वर्ड कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग है, कितना वीक है, किससे स्ट्रॉन्ग है. तो आप सब जानते हो ना, हेट. हेट सब जानते हो ना. एक वर्ड सुनना, लोथ. LOATHE. लोथ. It has a very strong meaning. Abhor. Another word is abhor. Okay. H is silent. Abhor. Actually. ABHOR. Hmm. AB. ABHORE. Abhor. All these words have the same meaning. ABHORE. Abhor. Also, उसमें E नहीं abhor में. Okay. Actually, H is pronounced abhor and abhor both. Okay. So you can pronounce H if you want, and you can leave H out as well in terms of pronunciation. The spelling is ABHOR, okay? And that the adjective is abhorrent. If you say something is abhorrent, it means you abhor it. You abhor it, it means it is abhorrent. Now, there is definitely a difference in the way you use these words. इसीलिए synonyms में नहीं करता रखने के लिए. अबोर यूज करते हैं जब किसी चीज को हम लोग मोरली रॉन्ग पाते हैं. किस तरह से? मोरली रॉन्ग. Moral sense, like, cheating on your partner is abhorrent. I abhor cheating on your partner. मतलब ये मेरे हिसाब से बहुत गलत है, नफरत है. ओके, तो ये है अबोर। यू हेट समथिंग दैट इज मोरली रॉन्ग, राइट? Where were we? Introduce sandwiches to America. In 1837, she wrote a cookbook. In 1837, she wrote a cookbook. Directions for cookery. She wrote a cookbook, comma, directions for cookery. What was the name of the book? It is the name, right? Directions for cookery. In it, in it, in what? In the book. फिर तुमने खाली बुक बोला। कौन सी बुक पता है ना? तो फिर द लगाना बनता है कि नहीं? आदत डालो। आर्टिकल द पढ़ने से किसी का आर्टिकल सही नहीं हुआ, याद रखिए। इतने लोग, हजार हजार लोग बैठ के आर्टिकल्स पढ़ते हैं क्लास में। मेरे जैसे थोड़ी 20-25। ओके, हजार हजार लोग एक क्लास में बैठते हैं, आर्टिकल्स पढ़ते हैं, किसी का आर्टिकल सही नहीं होता। हमें रूल्स याद हो जाते हैं जो टीचर ने बताया, क्योंकि वो जो समझ होनी है वो यहाँ पर आनी थी। मैंने पूछा इन वॉट विच बुक? इन विच बुक? द बुक मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर बुक है। कौन सी बुक? विच बुक? डायरेक्शंस फॉर कुकरी। यही बुक की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे। तो जैसे डेफिनेटिव हो जाए तो हाँ द लग जाता है। यहाँ डेफिनेटिव हो गया ना। किसी बुक की बात नहीं करे, किसी बुक की बात करेंगे तो ए बुक बोलेंगे। शी रोट ए बुक, शी रोट ए कुकरी बुक। ओके, शी रोट ए, पहली बार अगर मेंशन करो। इन द बुक she talked about, in it she had a recipe for ham sandwiches. In it she had a recipe for ham sandwiches. In it she had a recipe for ham sandwiches. She had a recipe for ham sandwiches. Repeat करना मेरे बच्चों आप लोग, ताकि दिमाग में इंग्लिश की जगह बने। She had a recipe for ham sandwiches. Preposition for is very, very, very special because Hindi speakers will not think of the word for. Hindi speakers will think of the word of. But that's wrong. Prepositions, you don't decide. The native speakers decide. In it, she had a recipe. हम आपके लिए लाए हैं चिकन चिकन टिक्का का रेसिपी। I have with me the recipe for chicken tikka. लाए हैं के लिए मैंने have से काम चला लिया। Today I have with me the recipe. We have brought you भी बोल सकते थे, लेकिन अब मान लो नहीं पता है प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस। वी हैव ब्रॉट, ग्रामर सीखना पड़ा ना एक्स्ट्रा। मान लो नहीं है पता, वो नहीं है क्लियर दिमाग में, तो इससे काम है कि नहीं? वी हैव ए रेसिपी। इन इट शी हैड a recipe for ham sandwiches. Cut some thin slices of bread and ham. Cut some thin slices of bread and ham. Cut some thin slices. Thin. Cut some thin slices. Start, इंस्ट्रक्शन देना होता है सीधे वर्ब से शुरू करते हैं। देख रहे ना, यही एक सेंटेंस है जिसमें सब्जेक्ट नहीं चाहिए। डायरेक्ट कहां से शुरू करते हैं? वर्ब से शुरू करते हैं। कट सम थिन स्लाइसेस, इसको कहते हैं इंपेरेटिव, जानने की जरूरत नहीं आपको। कट सम थिन स्लाइसेस ऑफ ब्रेड एंड हैम, पतले पतले स्लाइसेस काटिए। कट सम थिन स्लाइसेस ऑफ ब्रेड एंड हैम। बटर द ब्रेड, हिंदी बोलिए। ब्रेड में, हाँ, और ये बटर वर्ब हो गया। इंग्लिश इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, इजंट इट? जो आज तक जान रहे थे नाउन बटर बटर बटर, अभी क्या हो गया? बटर बटर हो गया। हाँ। बटर द ब्रेड। ब्रेड को बटर करिए, ब्रेड द बटर। मेरे को मक्खन मत लगाओ, यहाँ पर अप लगाना पड़ेगा। डन बटर में आप, हालांकि बटर आप और भी जगह बोल सकते हैं, बटर लगाने के लिए बोल सकते थे, लेकिन मक्खन लगाना किसी को जो फिगरेटिव सेंस से बोलते हैं वहां बटर अप ही बोलते हैं। डोंट बटर मी अप। ब्रेड, बटर द ब्रेड, butter the inside of the pot, butter the inside of the pot. मतलब समझ में आ गया ना? बटर द इनसाइड ऑफ द पॉट, बर्तन के अंदर बटर लगाइए, मक्खन लगाइए। आई नो यू, आई होप यू नो व्हाट वी आर गोना कुक। क्या पकाने के लिए ऐसा करते हैं, तो बता दें। व्हेन डू वी बटर द इनसाइड ऑफ द पैन, द पॉट? केक बनाने के, डस्टिंग करते हैं ना, उसके बाद बटर लगाते हैं, फिर उससे पाउडर, मैदा थोड़ा सा, एंड देन वी पुट द बैटर so that the cake doesn't stick to the side. That's why. अरे भैया, तो ये कॉल इट का क्या हुआ, बताने का तरीका है ना। तो खुद ही जब ऐसे हाथ करके बता रही हो, तो इसमें दिक्कत क्या है? ओके, मैंने अभी सीखा है बटर करना, बटर लगाना, तो बटर वर्ड के पास बता। तो तुमने कॉल इट वर्ड क्यों यूज करते हैं? हम लोग कॉल मतलब तो होता है अलग तरीके से कोई चीज का एक्सप्रेशन, नाम देना। ये तो एक बात बताने के कई तरीके, तुम ऐसे ऐसे करके लगा रहे हो, तो तुम कहो कि पुट द बटर विद अ ब्रश। ओके, ऑलराइट, नो प्रॉब्लम। मैंने कहा बटर द इनसाइड ऑफ द पॉट, मतलब जो बर्तन है आपका, उसके अंदर में मक्खन लगा दीजिए, बटर द इनसाइड। इसको ऐसे मत समझा करना कि ये है तो वो नहीं हो सकता। राइट, यही तुम लोग के ये रुकता है। ठीक है, एक सवाल पूछ के ये बताते हो, तुम लैंग्वेज को वैसे नहीं लेते जैसे लेना। कैसे लेना है? भाई एक बात को बताने के कई, हम ये वर्ड्स लेके बता रहे हैं, कोई वो वर्ड लेके बता रहा है। हिंदी में भी तो अलग अलग तरीके से बोलते हैं एक बात, तो कोई अजीब चीज कर रही है। हाँ, जो नई जानकारी मिलेगी, बटर कैन बी यूज एज अ वर्ब, ये जानकारी थोड़ी नहीं हो सकती। आपने कभी बटर यूज किया था वर्ब के तौर पर? बटर द पैन ऐसा बोला था? बटर द ब्रेड? नो। अब बोल रहे हैं बटर इज अ वर्ब टू। आई डोंट लाइक बीइंग बटर्ड अप। आई डोंट लाइक बीइंग बटर्ड अप। मुझे क्या अच्छा नहीं लगता? कोई मुझे मक्खन लगाता है अच्छा नहीं लगता, से इट इन इंग्लिश। आई डोंट लाइक, गड़बड़ अभी है ना, बोला कुछ, अब रिपीट करते तो नहीं। यही है तुम लोग की वीकनेस, अपनी वीकनेस पहचान। अभी क्या सुने, कभी क्या बोले, 2 सेकंड में भूले हो, 2 सेकंड में। है ना बेटा? क्या था सेंटेंस मेरा? आई डोंट लाइक बीइंग बटर्ड अप, BUTTERED अप। आई डोंट लाइक बीइंग बटर्ड अप। और मैं ये जानबूझ के भी 11th लेवल पे ऐसे खाली हल्का सा फुसला देता हूँ, हल्का सा सेंटेंस सहला करके दे देता हूँ, भाई दिमाग में चला जाए। बाकी तुम्हें कुछ नहीं चाहिए, उसके पीछे ग्रामर अभी नहीं चाहिए, तुम तैयार नहीं हो तो। अगर मैंने अभी फालतू ग्रामर सिखाया है ना, परेशान होके रह जाओ। इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज अगर सही मायने में सीखनी है, रास्ता आसान करना है बहुत आगे तक का, तो तरीका यही सही है कि फाउंडेशन बनाते चलिए आगे के लिए। Hmm. Oh, wow. You will definitely get water, boy, now that you asked me in English. Yeah, you deserve more than just water. Very good. He's fantastic. This is self-motivation. He wanted to say the line. Cut some thin slices of bread and ham, butter the bread, and put the ham between two slices. Put the ham between two slices with some mustard. With some, now mustard, when I say, if I were teaching you this 10, 15 years ago, I would think mustard means sarso only. But now I know mustard means sarso, yes, but mustard is a sauce. You can buy it at Smart Bazaar. It's very, strongly flavored, very, very pungent smell it has, taste flavor. My children love it, you know. So we have this at home. But mustard, it's a sauce. वो नहीं कह, हालांकि बना है वो सॉस किस चीज से? मस्टर्ड से ही, ऑब्वियसली। मस्टर्ड सॉस, with some mustard sauce. Eat for lunch or supper. Eat for lunch or okay. Now supper has multiple meanings. Multiple meanings. Depends on culture, depends on time, depends on place where you are. Like in America, some people will tell you something else about supper. In England, people will tell you something different about supper. I'll tell you. Supper is a light meal. Supper is a lunch is a light meal. Supper is also a now this meal is used. People eat this meal in England late at night because they have dinner early. They have dinner in England, traditionally, they have dinner around 7, 8, between 7 and 8. Okay, they have dinner early. Now, if you have dinner so early at 7, you may feel a little hungry by 10 o'clock, by 11 o'clock. If you are still awake, it is possible. And if you feel hungry a little and you want something light, that thing will be called supper. Lunch is a light meal or heavy meal? Lunch is a light meal. Okay, lunch, supper, dinner, all these words are English language words. English language is started in England. So whatever culture they had, these words reflect their culture. So breakfast, normally, traditionally, English breakfast was big, a big breakfast. Okay, lots of things. And then they had a small lunch. And then they, like I said, they have dinner early in the evening. And then if they feel hungry, they have a supper. They have supper. They have supper, not a supper. They have supper. So supper is a light meal, but and it is eaten late at night in England. But Americans have dinner late night. Americans have dinner, so they have something in the evening, and they call it supper. But again, not necessary every American and English person will agree with what I'm saying, because some people are not aware of their traditions and cultural things. Okay. So if you look up the word in the dictionary, this is what you will learn, what I'm telling you. Some people don't see a difference between supper and dinner. They don't see a difference. They simply use the word supper or dinner as interchangeably, like they can be used for each other. Where you can use dinner, you can use supper too. Some people think that supper is a regular dinner and dinner is a special thing. Okay, so wedding dinner, reception dinner, okay, rather than reception supper. But again, it is not so true. So you can use the word supper instead of dinner, and that's it. Americans love them. If you talk to one American today, ask them about what supper is, they will give you some information. Talk to another American tomorrow, and you will have something totally different, different information. So that's why it is not clear what actually supper means to everybody. Some things have different meanings for different people. Okay, so that is what supper is. Lunch or supper? They eat for lunch or supper. Americans love them. Americans love these sandwiches. Then the 20th and the 21st century, what happened? Sandwiches became very popular indeed. Sandwiches became very popular indeed. They were easy to make. Sandwiches became very popular indeed. Sandwiches became very popular indeed. Okay, indeed is just an intensifier. Sandwiches became very popular. Sandwiches became very popular indeed. Okay. In Hindi we say सच में बहुत ठंडा है. We have talked about this word before. सच में बहुत ठंडा है. सच में ना बोले तो झूठ में ठंड तो नहीं है. ठंड तो फिर भी है. लेकिन सच में क्यों बोलते हैं? एम्फसाइज करने के लिए कि ठंड है. सच में तुम बहुत बहुत शैतान हो. What is this सच में again? Emphasizer. In English we use indeed. It's very cold indeed. You are a very, very naughty person indeed. Like this. Sandwiches became very popular indeed. They were easy to make. They were easy to make, and they were a wonderful, cheap, portable meal. Portable. Now this is a, tell me the part of the speech. Portable. It is an adjective क्योंकि कुछ डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है, बता रहा है कुछ मील के बारे में. अ पोर्टेबल मील. तो एक मील जिसको आसानी से यहाँ से वहां ले जा सके उसको पोर्टेबल कहते हैं. ओके. पोर्टेबल टीवी सुना है? पोर्टेबल टीवी. ओके. व्हेन वी वर स्मॉल वो लोग बोलते थे ना पोर्टेबल टीवी, पोर्टेबल. ओके. तो ऐसे बोलते थे कि समझ में आता था जैसे कि टेबल पे रखा था इसलिए पोर्टेबल टीवी बोल रहे हैं, छोटा टीवी होता था. ओके. तो 14 inches TV were called portable TV. Okay. My English was not that great as a child, as a teenager, of course. It was okay. It was better than my friends, but I didn't know so many words. वो बोलते थे पोर्टेबल टीवी. मुझे लगता है टेबल पर रखा था. आपको याद है स्टेबलाइजर को स्टेबलाइजर बोलते हैं. स्टेप लेते हैं, 1 स्टेप 2 स्टेप, स्टेबलाइजर बोलते हैं. कोई ब बोलता ही नहीं वहां पे, स्टेबलाइजर बोलते हैं. ठीक है, स्टेबलाइजर की जगह. जबकि वो सिंपल वर्ब स्टेबल से बना है. स्टेबल, स्टेबलाइज, स्टेबलाइजर. जो स्टेबलाइज कर दे वोल्टेज, स्थिर कर दे. भाई ना इधर जाओगे ना उधर जाओगे, स्थिर रहो. स्टेबलाइजर. ओके. मेडिसिन, देर आर स्टेबलाइजर्स, मेडिसिन एज वेल, जो सिचुएशन स्टेबलाइज कर देते हैं. ओके. तो एनीवेज, पोर्टेबल मीन्स इजिली मूव फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर. ओके. इज खिचड़ी a portable meal? मुश्किल है because when you carry khichdi from one place to another, there is a big risk of it spilling out of the pot, right? So portable, easily carryable. Children can easily carry it to school. People carry it to work, to their office, to their factory. Portable. Laptops are portable computers. Laptops are portable computers, are they not? Hmm. They were a wonderful, cheap, portable meal. 3 adjectives. Wonderful is an adjective, cheap is an adjective, portable is an adjective. Wonderful, cheap, portable meal. First, opinion. Wonderful is an opinion. Wonderful is an opinion. You may like sandwich, you may not like sandwich. Wonderful is not a fact about sandwich. You understand? And cheap is a fact. Again, maybe cheap for some people, not so much for other people maybe. Portable is a fact. भाई इसको यहाँ से वहां ले जाया जा सकता है. तो जो ज्यादा करीब रहता है एडजेक्टिव, वो होता है जो उसको एकदम हर हाल में उसको चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता, तो वो नजदीक रहता है एडजेक्टिव. आपने उल्टा पुल्टा नहीं बोला. पोर्टेबल वंडरफुल चीप मील नहीं बोला है. बात करिए. आप क्या बोल रहे हैं? वंडरफुल चीप पोर्टेबल मील. पोर्टेबल को चीप मील के नजदीक रखा, वंडरफुल को नहीं रखा. उल्टा सोचिए. पोर्टेबल वंडरफुल चीप मील नहीं. बिकॉज जो एडजेक्टिव ज्यादा करीब से डिस्क्राइब करे, करीब से कहने का मतलब कि उसको चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते उस एडजेक्टिव को, वो नजदीक रहे. और जो एडजेक्टिव इंसान पर डिपेंड करता है वो उससे थोड़ा दूर रह सकता. इसके लिए रूल्स हैं, वी विल टॉक अबाउट देम लेटर. सो दे वर अ वंडरफुल चीप पोर्टेबल मील फॉर वर्कर्स एंड स्कूल चिल्ड्रन. अगर 3-4 एडजेक्टिव्स आ जाए ना एक साथ, तो उनको कोई सीक्वेंस में डालना पड़ता है ना, तो वो सीक्वेंस क्या होगा. ऑलराइट. ये इसके लिए रूल्स हैं एडजेक्टिव्स के, कि कौन से एडजेक्टिव्स कहाँ जाएंगे. बातचीत में इट डजंट मैटर मच बिकॉज हु यूजेस मल्टीपल एडजेक्टिव्स फॉर वन नाउन when talking. It's not very common. But while writing, sometimes we have to use multiple adjectives to describe the same noun. So in which order will you put those adjectives? So there is a rule for this. Okay. Anyways, here you can understand a little bit of that rule. Wonderful, cheap, portable meal for workers and school children. Now, did you know, the next page, did you know why we have did you know, not do you know? Okay, because now after reading, you will know. So what's the point of asking, do you know? Because it is Hindi में प्राथमिकता. ये first नहीं था. Did you know अक्सर यूज करते हैं when we are sharing some surprising facts. क्या समझे? जब सपोज आई वांट टू टेल यू समथिंग सरप्राइजिंग, तो मैं आपसे पूछूंगा डिड यू नो, और उसके बाद वो बात बता दूंगा. इसका मतलब हुआ कि मैंने बता दिया, तो तुम्हें पता था पहले. ये सवाल है, ये नहीं कि जानते हो, क्योंकि बता तो रहा हूं. Did you know that Louis the 16th only had 3 baths in his entire life? देखा मैंने कैसे बोला? Did you know that Louis the 16th had only 3 baths in his entire life? अब मैंने did you know क्यों बोला? क्योंकि अब तो तुम्हें पता है ना. Do you know बोलने से क्या मतलब था? क्यों मैंने बता दिया ना. बात समझ में आ रही है? अब तुम्हें पता है ना. क्या पता है? That Louis the 16th had only 3 baths in his entire life. तुम्हें पता चल गया. तो अब डू यू नो बोलने का नहीं था पॉइंट वहां पे. तो आप भी किसी को कुछ ऐसे बताओगे तो क्या बोल बताओगे? सरप्राइजिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन. डू यू नो दैट सर इज गेटिंग मैरिड अगेन? डिड यू नो के डिड यू नो भी बोल सकते हैं. ठीक है, डू यू नो भी बोल सकते हैं. आपको पता है सर से शादी करे दोबारा और ऐसा. He had a bath when he was born, he had a bath when he got married, and he had a bath when he died. Who are you feeling bad for? Who are you feeling bad for? I'm feeling bad for Louis the 16th wives. Man, they had to sleep with him. And that man stunk. Na? Stinked. Stink मतलब बदबू देना. Stink means बदबू देना. Stink. Your your mouth stinks. Your mouth stinks. V2 stunk. V2 क्या है? Hmm. Your feet stink. मतलब your feet stink. Smell bad, right? Smell bad, stink. Stinking rich मतलब पैसा से बदबू आ रहा है. स्टिंकिंग रिच मतलब बहुत अमीर. बस वेरी रिच. यही है इंग्लिश. अगर आप सुन लिए तो आपको पता हो गया. नहीं पर सुने थे तो नहीं पता था. लेकिन अगर लैंग्वेज सेंस है और सुन लिए तो तुरंत समझ में आ जाएगा. बाकी गांव के कुछ बच्चों के सामने ये लाइन लिख दो जिनको इंग्लिश रटा हुआ है कि आप लिख दोगे ही इज स्टिंकिंग रिच. तो बोलेगा स्टिंकिंग मतलब. बोलो स्टिंग मतलब महकना. बोलेगा महकना रिच. पैसा महक रहा. स्टिंकिंग रिच. वेरी 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 स्टिंकिंग. Did you know the Dagwood sandwich is the sandwich to top all sandwiches? The Dagwood sandwich is the sandwich to top. Yeah, the biggest sandwich is Dagwood sandwich. The Dagwood sandwich is the sandwich to top all sandwiches. It is enormous. Remember the word? Enormous means huge, really big. It is enormous. You can see the photo as well. You can see how many layers there are in the photo. Named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead. Named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead. So this recipe, this sandwich is named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead. That's why it is called the Dagwood sandwich. It is made with a great many layers of meat, cheese, tomatoes, eggs, salad, and vegetables. So the sentence का structure देखना. Named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead, it is made with a great many layers of meat, cheese, tomatoes, eggs, salad, and vegetables. ये sentence अगर देखोगे, ये sentence का structure जो है, इसी structure को use करके cat में सवाल पूछा गया. Sentence correction. इसी structure. गौर से देखो क्या लिखा है. Named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead. It is यानी किस चीज का नाम दिया गया. इट को ही नाम दिया गया. इट मतलब दिस सैंडविच, डैगवुड सैंडविच. डैगवुड सैंडविच. इसको तोड़ देते हैं 2 सेंटेंस. ओके. डैगवुड सैंडविच was named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead. फुल स्टॉप. ठीक है. It is made with a great many layers of meat, cheese, tomatoes, eggs, salad, and vegetables. और एक साथ ले आती है. Named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead, comma. It is made with a great many layers of meat. बहुत complicated structure. बस खाली भी पढ़ के दिमाग हल्का से डालिए. स्ट्रक्चर्स तरह तरह के सेंटेंस इंग्लिश में होते हैं. धीरे धीरे सामने लाके आपको उनसे फेमिलियर बनाया जाता है. पढ़िए फिर से. Named after the American cartoon character Dagwood Bumstead, it is made with it मतलब with sandwich. The Dagwood sandwich. It means the Dagwood sandwich is made with a great many layers of meat, cheese, tomatoes, eggs, salad, and vegetables. Any problems, anyone? So that was the text. Now, listening section. This guy is also eating a Dagwood sandwich. Nah? See how many layers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. My goodness. I don't know if you can put it in your mouth with these many layers. How do people eat this? What's the point? Does it taste any better? I mean, the same things you have, repeated. Okay. Look at that photo and read number 5. Believe it or not, अच्छा expression है. Believe it or not. मानो या मर्जी तुम्हारी है. Believe it or not. हिंदी में है ना ऐसा एक्सप्रेशन. हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? मानो या ना मानो, यहाँ जो भी रात में आता है. Okay. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, there is a World Sandwich Week. Believe it or not, there is a World Sandwich Week. तो समझा है? मानो या ना मानो, लेकिन होता है क्या? वर्ल्ड सैंडविच वीक भी होता है. वर्ल्ड सैंडविच वीक बनाया जाता है दोस्तों. तो सारे सारे इतने बढ़िया बढ़िया फूड को छोड़ के क्या बनाते हैं वर्ल्ड सैंडविच वीक. बनाना है तो बनाओ ना. वर्ल्ड बिरयानी वीक, वर्ल्ड लिट्टी चोखा वीक, वर्ल्ड मालपुआ वीक. ये क्या बनाते हैं वर्ल्ड सैंडविच वीक? देयर इज अ वर्ल्ड सैंडविच वीक. अपना अपना कंट्री के चीज को आगे बढ़ाने की, है ना. थैंक गॉड वी हैव अ योगा डे और वीक. व्हेन इज इट? द थर्ड, द 20 or 30? 21st of वर्ल्ड योगा डे. चलो ऐसे ही पुश करते रहे. एक दिन होगा वर्ल्ड लिट्टी डे as well. Yeah, of course. Keep pushing, guys, okay? Then this is possible someday. World Sandwich Day, sorry, World Litti Chokha Day, and और बताओ, World Jalebi Day someday. And yes, Aman, बताओ. What other days can we celebrate in India, in the world, from India? World Paratha Day. Parathas, there are all kinds of parathas. No? There are, huh? Parathas are of different kinds. We can celebrate a paratha week, not a paratha day or paratha month, because there are so many types of paratha. Huh? World Alcohol Day, World Alcohol Day. वो इंडिया से थोड़ी होगा. World Tadi Day. Yeah. Believe it or not, there is a World Sandwich Week. Believe it or not, Dhruv is married. Rudra is married. Believe it or not, Rudra is married. Believe it or not, I have taught an international class with only international students from many different countries. Okay, believe it or not. Believe it or not, there is a World Sandwich Week. In a survey, people were asked. People were, अब यहाँ ask का काम people ने नहीं किया, क्योंकि अगर people ने किया होता तो people asked लिखा होता. क्या लिखा होता? पीपल आस्क लिखा होता है, अगर आस्क का काम जो भी काम करते हैं उसके पहले वो लिख देते हैं, जैसे आई वेंट, यू वेंट, दे वेंट, तो ऐसे ही करते हैं ना। लेकिन यहाँ लिखा है पीपल वेंट नहीं, पीपल वर आस्क, तो लोगों ने पूछा किन लोगों से। ओके, ये थोड़ा ध्यान दे दीजिए। इन अ सर्वे पीपल वर आस्क, पीपल आस्क का हिंदी क्या होगा? लोगों ने पूछा। पीपल सॉ, लोगों ने देखा। जो काम करेंगे लोग वो वर्ब आ जाएगा उसके बाद, पीपल उसके पहले। लेकिन यहाँ पीपल आस्क है ही नहीं लिखा, क्या लिखा है? पीपल वर आस्क, इन अ सर्वे पीपल वर आस्क, लोगों से पीपल वर आस्क व्हाट्स योर फेवरेट सैंडविच, व्हाट्स योर, listen and complete the chart with words from the box. Are you ready?
अब डेस्कटॉप और फाइल इमेज एक सी से कनेक्ट किया गया है।
8.59. Yes, Rani, what are you saying? You're saying something? Or is it you? Who is saying something? But somebody is saying something. You guys have to speak something to each other. What? You didn't bring a pencil. Open that and there will be an extra pencil there.
Tape script 8.9. What's your favourite sandwich?
I come from the north of England, and we often call sandwiches butties. My favourite butty is made with thick slices of white bread, slices of warm ham.
8.9. What's your favourite sandwich? Angus.
I come from the north of England, and we often call sandwiches butties. My favourite butty is made with thick slices of white bread and thick slices of warm ham with hot mustard. Yes, warm ham. Delicious. Would you like to try one?
Ulla.
I'm from Denmark, so for me it's the open sandwich, of course, and my favourite is with beef. Thin slices of beef, rare beef, with some crispy fried onions on the top. I love this.
Tom.
Oh, the best sandwich in the world is definitely a bacon sandwich. Hot bacon between thin slices of white bread and with lots of tomato ketchup. Simple and very, very tasty. There's a cafe near where I work in London. I sometimes buy one for breakfast. I'd like one right now.
Marianne.
I live in Italy, so my best is Italian. A ciabatta with chopped tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, with black olives and basil. Mozzarella's my favourite cheese, and I like cooking with it. I make my own pizza.
John.
I was in Turkey by the sea, and a fisherman called to me, "Come, try a balik ekmek." I think this means fish in bread. He gave me a sandwich. It was fresh mackerel grilled and in a bread roll with raw onions. Fabulous.
Tape script 8.9. What's your favourite sandwich? Angus.
I come from the north of England, and we often call sandwiches butties. My favourite butty is made with thick slices of white bread and thick slices of warm ham with hot mustard. Yes, warm ham. Delicious. Would you like to try one?
Ulla.
I'm from Denmark, so for me it's the open sandwich, of course, and my favourite is with beef. Thin slices of beef, rare beef, with some crispy fried onions on the top. I love this.
Tom.
Oh, the best sandwich in the world is definitely a bacon sandwich. Hot bacon between thin slices of white bread and with lots of tomato ketchup. Simple and very, very tasty. There's a cafe near where I work in London. I sometimes buy one for breakfast. I'd like one right now.
Marianne.
I live in Italy, so my best is Italian. A ciabatta with chopped tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, with black olives and basil. Mozzarella's my favourite cheese, and I like cooking with it. I make my own pizza.
John.
I was in Turkey by the sea, and a fisherman called to me, "Come, try a balık ekmek." I think this means fish in bread. He gave me a sandwich. It was fresh mackerel grilled and in a bread roll with raw onions. Fabulous.
Tape script 8.9. What's your favourite sandwich?
So what is Angus's favorite sandwich? Ham and mustard sandwich. Now he has warm ham and mustard in his sandwich. Next one. Ula is from Denmark. What is her favorite? It's an open sandwich. An open. With beef ham, with and crispy fried onion on the top. And what is Tom's favorite sandwich? It is with tomatoes and bacon. Didn't you get it? He said bacon. It's plain and simple. Bacon with lots of tomato ketchup. What about Marianne's favorite sandwich? What's her favorite? She likes a wet sandwich. It's a wet sandwich with tomatoes and cheese and basil. Yeah. And John's favorite sandwich was fish sandwich with fish and raw onion. When we meet on Monday, we'll talk more about it. And now you guys are going to read a story in the practice book about a chef. Very interesting story it is. You guys would love that story. It's about a chef. It's about a chef. Page number 52 and 51 as well. A chef who can't eat his own food. We will continue tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.